Hey guys, it's Helios Forge Gaming coming back at you with more Titanfall. One of my favorite games, as always. This time we're playing on Crash Site. What a shitty map. And running the same old AR kit. Now, I take a bit of a different route. Normally on Crash Site you have a bit of a standoff on that hill. And it tends to... It can go one of two ways. Well, duh. It usually goes where one team will get the upper hand and then spawn switches. But if your team can play it right, they can stall the other team on that hill, and then you can do what I'm doing here with my buddy. I don't know who it is, but just some random, and then go for a flank. And we actually get a really nice flank on this. You know, they didn't cover their side. They sent one guy. Well, I'm assuming that they weren't really working together, but they only had one person go through that side area, and we just rolled them over. So, yeah, and you can see just that whole, traditional flanking maneuver, really effective. Obviously, it's a little more. It's very, what do you call it, hard to do on this map. It's very obvious, like, what the routes are going to be, because it's just a bunch of canyons. It's really tight and constricted. If it were another map, like Forward Base Kodai or any of the other ones, it's fairly easy to switch between the three lanes, but not in this one. Anyways, doing my job. Not dying, pretty much. That's my one tip for people who are struggling with this game is, rather than trying to go for kills and trying to go for, lots of points, one of the things that you can do to really improve yourself as a player is just focus on staying alive rather than working on points. And, I'm not saying be an absolute coward, but, if that's what it takes. Because the longer you stay alive, you'll get to observe your enemy more. You'll get to see the patterns people take. And when you do die, take time and watch the kill cam. I do it sometimes when I have no idea how the person killed me, or they did something kind of fancy and I just wanted to see how they pulled it off. There's a couple times in here where I just completely, screw up. And I think I keep using the amped weapons, and also I don't know why I used a freaking the freaking charge rifle to try to shoot that guy. I just did. Yeah. So we got our Tone Big Orange back. I think I'm gonna name him that because of the color, but eventually I want to get the black paint job. Mostly because, it's awesome. Yeah, so I'm kind of lucky on that battery grab too. That was nice. That turret's still up. I don't know what. I hate turrets so much. Yeah, oh yeah, here was nice, just friggin' wrecking people left and right. And then missing. And missing some more and eventually hitting him. Now see, that guy, what he was gonna go do was, he was gonna try to steal my battery and then jump in his Titan. I'm assuming that Ronin, or North Star, I couldn't actually see, was his, but whatever. So here again, back with the flank, the simplest thing you can do. Get out of the fight and try to come from an unexpected direction. And in Titanfall, a lot of this stuff is, a lot of people kind of don't really think about. They're just like, oh, whatever. The whole idea of the flank or whatever is not really, it's done, but at low level it's just kind of forgotten. It'll happen inadvertently or unexpectedly, and it's just like, okay, well, that happened. But when you start actually kind of like thinking about your plays and your strats, you're definitely gonna realize, you know, the simplest stuff tends to work the best, and it's because it's so simple it's hard to screw up. There's no reason to get fancy, just keep it simple. Yeah, a lot of solid AR play and that, but I just keep getting rolled by Titans as a pilot. It's not a very good map for pilots, this one. Like, there's a couple little culverts, like, just below. No, that wasn't it. Never mind. Yeah, but there's a couple little culverts you can hide in, but really, it's so open, and it just sucks to be a pilot on this map. That's personally why I don't like it, and the start is just horrible. Yeah, one team gets a plethora of cover, and the other gets a high ground with not great cover, but okay. They got something to hide behind, but it's easy enough to walk up on if you've got either like a stim, or you're crafty and somehow figure out how to get up the hill unseen with cloak. I've seen it happen, or more accurately, I've not seen it happen, but you know, you just gotta get up that hill somehow when this opens. So here I kind of, this is just hilarious what happens here. You know, I see it's an auto Titan, I get a little cocky, I'm like, oh, you know what, I can do some major damage to this with the charge rifle, and try to board it, and of course, now what happened there is I came out of phase. I thought he was still in his previous position, but I didn't actually see him starting to step backwards, so I kind of screwed up. And here's another situation where I screwed up. I decided, hey, let's use an assault rifle against a Titan. That's a good idea. But then here, oh my god, just so many good shots on, so much damage dealt. And then of course I screw up again and I die to an auto Titan. Well, whatever. Yeah. So you know, kind of one of the key takeaway things I'm trying to relay is, you know, keep it simple and try not to die. Don't worry about kills too much. If you're really starved for points, or you don't want to look like an idiot at the end of the match with 30 points, just punt grunts for like 5 minutes straight. Try to avoid fighting other players, harass Titans, and yeah. Now this is funny. I've never actually fallen down that before. I don't know why it happened this time. Maybe I like looked away for half a second, or had to talk to somebody, but yeah, that happened. A little embarrassing, but yeah. Pretty much we end up winning. I do okay. I think it's like 84 points. I end up 4th overall. But again, I end up dying in the stupidest way, and this was the stupidest place to call in your Titan. Just never ever call in your Titan in front of the entire enemy team, because bad things will happen. And yeah, well, you saw an example of that. Anyways, if you like the video, you know, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. And anyways, this is Helios Forge Gaming signing off. See you guys next time.